Hi, today I'm going to show you the Corghi Artiglio 50. Before to change the wheel, we will go through all the components just to make it easier. Okay, so this machine goes from 12 to 30 inches, any kind of wheel, perfect for low profiles, run flat, but even for all the regular wheel that you deal with it every day. We have two pedals on the side of the machine, because on this machine you stay in this working position. We have the pedal for the inflation gauge, and there is my gauge with my airline. And the next pedal, it's the rotation. It's got two speeds, motor inverter, as you can see, first speed, second speed, and of course reverse. As you can see, the turntable, it's now very small. That's because I can work always at the same height and I don't have any rim clamps grabbing the rim and that could scratch it. So now the wheels are locked from the center. You see we have this pin. This pin goes in one of the lug nut holes. And then I have the main handle, which is the one that basically locks the wheel. We have plastic protection in it. We have a spacer. So what I do, I just put it in the center. When it folds in, another half turn, you see it's now locked. What I do, I basically go down with the two clips and I can now lock my wheel on the turntable. Of course, this is the cone which is most used, but the machine comes with other cones like these. We have smaller ones, especially for the rims, like supercars where they have the spokes coming out from the center. In that case, you might want to use a smaller cone. We have plastic protections, and we have a bigger cone. This is for like the light trucks, where I need a bigger range to clamp. Machine comes also with two bead clips, which are these two. The regular one and the Tucano. This helps you keeping the bead in the drop center and helps it sliding it. And we have this red knife, which is sometimes used to help you, especially if you have a run flat tire, help you grabbing it and take it off on the top bead. I will show you later when we change the tire. This part, it's the bead breaker. So as you can see, there is no shovel on the side, but we only have this roller. Very simple. We have an up and down movement. With this key, I can just unlock the bead breaker and set it at the right distance, which, as I said, it can be from 12 to 30 inches. When I'm very close to the rim, I would say a couple of millimeters, I just lock it from here. This one will sit there for the next 3-4 wheels. We have a trigger here, which is patented by Corghi, and it's about this movement. As you can see, this trigger opens the roller. This will help me a lot when I go under the edge of the rim and open it. This will go right between the bead of the tire and the rim, which is the most glue part of it. We have other two buttons, which is these two yellow ones. This to open the bead breaker post, and the next one is just to flip the bead breaker upside down. That's because I will use the same one for the top, and then to break the bottom bead. Now we have this other switch here, which is the one that controls the main post. As you can see, it just brings the mount head in it. And from here, it's now free with this red trigger all the way back. If I put it halfway, this starts coming down. What I do, I just hold it from this handle, go against the rim, and when I find the right position, I just press and it locks. and it goes automatically a couple of mils far and up, so I never touch the rim. Then we have this last switch, which is the one that controls the leverless system, which was invented by Corghi. As you can see, this replaced my old tire bar. With the machine, it comes also a lifter. As you can see in the front of it, we have an up and down pedals. So this is the lifter that will help me to bring the wheel on the turntable, especially if I have a heavy one. And we also have the TI system, which is this device for those tires that have been sitting in piles, so they don't, even when you fill them up, the bead never pops in. This one will basically give you a big blast of air. It will empty that tank in less than a second, and out of these 4 nozzles you will have a big blast of air. So you just position it on top of the rim and hit these 2 buttons. We have another very interesting accessory, as you can see, which is the articulating arm. And this one I really recommend it, because of course with the machine you have these 2 bead clips that will hold the tire into the drop center, but you're still touching the rim with these. With this device, basically you just put it in the position where you want it, and by spinning the turntable it will follow all the way around and keeps your tire into the drop center. So it's a very fast thing to use and really makes your life easier. Okay, now I think we can start testing on the tire. So as you can see, I have a heavy one, so the lifter really helps in this case. What I do, I'm gonna put this pin in one of the lug nut holes, doesn't matter which one. It's in now. Put it in the center. I get the handle. Again, when it falls in, half turn, it's now locked. Down with the 2 clips. Then what I do, I just tied it on the turntable. I don't need to over tighten it because of that pin. That will keep it from slipping on the turntable. Okay, first of all, of course, make sure your tire is not full of air. I will have to position the bead breaker. So what I do, I just go down close to the rim, unlock it, and manually find the best spot, which is very close to the rim. Then I can lock it again. Start going down, and as soon as I am under the edge of the rim, I'm gonna hit this trigger and hold it down. As you can see now, the disc is right under the edge of the rim. I will start rotating. You can see from here I can start putting lube. Very easy and dynamic. So while I'm breaking the bead, I'm applying lube. Okay, once we have done this, before to break the bottom bead, I will adjust the main post. So go in the front of the machine, release it, it's now free. Halfway the trigger, I come down, and as you can see, this is the corner that you want to keep an eye on it. Just against the rim, and when I lock it, it goes up and out a couple of millimeters. So before I break the bottom bead, I will already drop the finger. So you can see I can go down very slow, and the disc will help me to keep the tire down, so with the finger I don't hit directly the bead. Enough with this. Now, of course, we have to break the bottom bead. So what I do, I just open the post with this yellow button here. With the other one, I flip the arm upside down, take it all the way down, close it, come up, and as soon as you see the tire moving on top, you know that you can hit and hold the trigger again, the one that opens the disc, and help me breaking the bottom bead. I can apply lube directly on the roller. And as you can see now, it is broken. I just might want to release some pressure from the bottom. I can now use the leverless system. So by coming up with this, I start spinning. If the tire does not come up, I can help it with the disc underneath. As you can see, top bead is out, and I never ever touched the rim. To do the bottom bead, you can use this device, but the fastest and easiest way is just to take the arm off, make sure the bottom bead is all free, and now, if you see from here, I just come up with the disc. The trick is to hold it at the opposite side, hold it in the drop center. Because if you don't hold it here, it gets stuck under the edge. So I just keep on one end there, and as soon as you can see the disc coming out of that, you can hit the trigger, lift it up a little more so you don't touch the rim, and just spin. Your tire is now mounted.